Playing Balatro makes you feel like everything you know about poker is useless, and depending on the run of the game you happen to be playing, it might be. Take a look at this hand. When was the last time you saw a flush made with only 4 cards? Balatro is an indie game strategy video game casual game according to Google, but in classic Google fashion they've left out that this game is primarily a deck building roguelite. Balatro was developed by Local Thunk, who is self-reported saying, "I don't play poker at all," in an interview with PC Gamer, which backs up my previous assertion. There isn't really a story to the game, but you do get introduced to your tutorial guide named Jimbo. He informs you that you're trying to get enough chips to beat the blind. More on that later. He's a really annoying joker who makes fun of you when you lose. Shut up, stupid card! Here are the settings. Pause if you want to read them. The game also has a stats page. This will either make you proud of yourself or incredibly depressed depending on how big your brain is. You can view all the top cards that you've played. Additionally, there's a collection menu which will show you everything you've unlocked or how to unlock it. You get 3 save profiles, and you even have the option to unlock the whole collection at the expense of disabling achievements. Here are the platforms on which you can play Balatro. Balatro is poker with special effects. How good do you expect it to look? The art style isn't realistic, but with how kooky this game can get, I prefer the art style chosen by the developer. Local Thunk is not only the developer of this game, but also the solo artist working on it. Party on, brother. Here are the system requirements. This game could run on a potato and takes up 1/3 of the hard drive space of the Portal 2 soundtrack. Hardware is not an excuse to pass on this game. Seriously, this is the lowest I have seen recommended system requirements since Minesweeper on Windows XP, which also takes more space than this game. A game is separated into 8 antes, poker terms. Instead of something traditional like enemies, within each ante there are 3 blinds. A small blind, which requires a small amount of chips to win, a big blind, which requires a medium amount of chips, and a boss blind, which requires a large amount of chips and has an additional debuff to the round. Each blind you play constitutes a round. In each round, you have some number of hands you can play and some number of discards you can make. The goal is to acquire the number of chips specified by the blind. After winning a blind, you are rewarded with cold, hard cash and an opportunity to make your deck stronger by purchasing upgrades in the shop. Here are the different types of upgrades you can get. Add cards to your deck. These could be normal playing cards, but also can have special upgrades which make them better. Buy a joker. You start with 5 joker slots. Jokers are passive effects which apply to each hand you play and give you bonuses like chips, multi, or even other cards. Buy a tarot card. Tarot cards modify other cards in your deck, such as changing their suit or rank. Buy a spectral card. Spectral cards can have really large modifications to your cards, but often come with a drawback. Buy a planet card. Planet cards increase the level of different hands. Increasing the level increases the base chip and multi values for a hand. Buy a voucher. Vouchers are passive upgrades that last for the remainder of the run. They can save you money or get you more hands and discards, stuff like that. When starting a round, you have the option to skip the blind. If you do this, you will get some bonuses but not be able to shop this round. Small and big blinds can be skipped, but not the boss blind. Once you actually start, you can play hands or discard cards. You only have a certain number of each. Make sure you don't run out of hands, otherwise you'll lose the game. There are 2 values you can scale in a hand, chips and mult. When tallying your score, those values are multiplied together. Before you run out of hands, your goal is to get a score higher than the blind. There is no multiplayer. You play and lose all by yourself with no one else to blame. I didn't find any glitches while playing, but one of the worst things is when you have a really cool combo you're enjoying and you miscalculate the score that the hand will give you. As a result, you run out of hands and you lose your cool, fun run. There's no undo here. Seriously, fuck this feeling. It actually feels too punishing at times. Overall, Balatro is not like other deck-building roguelite games you've played. It takes a format many people are familiar with, poker, and flips it completely upside down. Some runs are real mind benders where you're pulling straight flushes out of your ass. Other runs you're singing Payphone by Maroon 5 while playing back-to-back 2 pairs with your feet. On our patented 0 to 1 scale, we give Balatro a 0.65 out of 1. If you like this no bullshit review of Balatro, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell us how long after gum loses its flavor do you continue to chew it.